being so affectionate like that? Like, he's just really... Food. And plenty of water. And fuck you, you stole me of some sleep too, but that doesn't mean you get to just... And also to what you were saying, Shrimp, it's so strange looking back at 2009 animation quality and thinking I found this passable at the time. If a game from a big corporation like Nintendo came out with this type of animation, I'd probably laugh for the wrong reason. I think that's a valid opinion to have, but also it comes with a couple of things that you need to be aware of. In 2009, understand what technology they had at the time. Not just in hardware, but software. Think of what they knew of animation and what they could put into translation for the machines they were working on. Look back at any game for 2009. Tell me that you could find some smoother animations than this. You could probably find some that look more realistic. Probably find some that might feel better, but like for 2009, this is still good. 2009, the world they built with how few loading screens there is good. Like, it still holds up. And by saying that, I generally mean Pokemon Sword and Shield came out with worse looking trees than this. So I dare say it's holding up just fine. Pokemon Sword and Shield came out with a worse render distance than this. It's holding up just fine. But also just... I think it's almost unfair, but also expected. When you mentioned that, like, if Nintendo came up with a game like this today, I would laugh at it. I think a big company's name carries a bit more weight than it probably should, at least in my own mind. When a game comes out, I look at who worked on it. I look at the developer. I look at the studio that did it. Maybe some of their past works. And even though it really shouldn't, I build an idea in my head of what to properly expect from that game. And like what should really come to the forefront of my mind.
We can't lose.
I feel like that's almost unfair just because not every game is gonna be the exact same bar of quality and the exact same stuff. The exact same cooks in the kitchen and the exact same time. I got. Never fought this guy just because, or we fought him one time. Never beat him though, because the one time we found him, he charged and killed both of us immediately. They have bigger budget and resources. Just because a company has bigger budget and resources doesn't mean the game's gonna get all of it. Unless you think a game company does only one game at a time. It doesn't have smaller teams working on other different projects. From what I understand, game companies don't often put all their eggs in one singular basket. They have several things going on at once. Maybe not all of the same level of dedication, but with like the same amount of attention and love, so to say. Some certainly get preferences, I'm sure. There's probably still some developers that like, and some studio heads that favor one game over everything else, and they will push it to the ends of the earth to ensure that it gets out. But as for standards, some are changing over time. I still do not really care much about realistic looking games. I feel like that's probably one of the biggest accidents that the game world has seen. Like a couple of games that had realistic graphics did well, and suddenly I'm gonna generalize a lot right here, so forgive me if I say some things that might be rude, but for me, whenever a game does well, it appears like the developers, studio execs, whatever you want to call it, the men in suits, people that make the real decisions, they pick maybe one or two things about that game and they say that's the reason it worked. And I feel like realistic graphics is one of the things that happens. It's one of those things that it was part of a game that succeeded, and suddenly every game requires that level of graphical fidelity. When a pretty visual does not make a good game. It can emphasize the good qualities of a game, sure, but I've never seen a game succeed solely on graphics, unless it's a fucking tech demo.
Oh, I wasn't really looking.
Oh, come on. That's not fair.
Hold up. I like my games to look far from realistic as possible, as to not like be reminded of reality. That's also some people's preferences as well. I can get that. Comes one of the biggest earnings from an IP in the world, and a second to the most earnings to Bandai after Dragon Ball. They decided to focus more on Gundam Metaverse and shitty Gundam games streams over their next big deal animation. If it makes them more money, I can see why they would do it. Not gonna say I enjoy it, but I can see why they did it. If a company chooses to put less resources on the conscious choice that they made, it can be a conscious choice they made, but they will never acknowledge that it's the choice they made. After all, the execs can do no wrong. Obviously, they aren't the ones that made the bad game. Even if they gave someone a wrench, told them build a raft, here's some paper, not wood, I expect it to be floating for all of us in the next 2 years. If the boat doesn't float, they're not going to say, our bad, we gave them the bad risk. They're going to say, the developer's clearly in the wrong here. Our money was ill-wasted. Let's never give them money again. But especially in AAA sphere, they try very hard to make things look realistic simply because there is a relatively loud minority that likes it and always sees a valid reason of how great the tech is. That I will say is somewhat valid in that realistic visuals can stress the tech and show how powerful it is. But again, that still does not make a good game. If anything, big companies are just more likely to fuck things up. True. That's also another thing that's like almost an unconscious bias that I need to sort of correct for myself. Indie does not instantly mean better. Just like how AAA does not instantly mean good or instantly mean poor either. You gotta make your judgment call on what they're doing and what they bring to the table. Artistically, but also mechanically and possibly just creatively. Nice tech, but where's the fun? That was from Nintendo, I believe, but I forget who made that quote originally. And the leather cap is technically better. I'll lose my Ether up, but I don't even know if I use Ether much at all. For 2, I'm not going to say that's worth it. Leather top, I do something better. I can wear medium armor now, so I am a fan of not dying. So I'm gonna say sure. I don't want to increase my weight too much. A game that does not look realistic does not necessarily mean the game looks bad. In fact, often certain games look a lot better with unrealistic graphics and low-tech graphics. And I feel like that's a really good trick that games and artistic mediums, anime, cartoons, and other things really take advantage of. The less you look like it is realistic, the less you have to abide by the rules of realism. Animation and other things like it are built off of expectation and exaggeration. And because of that, some things can just sell something far better than the realistic thing might. It's weird how the mind works in that some things are just expected and the mind will fill in the gaps. And the more you bind it to realism, the mind will turn some things off or turn things on that will just make you expect something. But when it's animation, when it's cartoonish, when it's exaggerated, that's where the mind fills in, I feel, more blanks, and it just makes things land harder, feel bigger, feel more expansive, and feel more magical. And can you imagine a game like Hades and 4K realistic graphics? Imagine Wind Waker with everything super detailed. Honestly, at the time it came out, Wind Waker... Oh god. I was about to say something, but I realized, no, that was Twilight Princess. For me, Twilight Princess, when it first came out, I saw it for the GameCube. It looked really good. It still looks good. I thought it was a bit more detailed than it should have been, but it looks good. When I saw Wind Waker, I thought it was fucking fantastic. I still want to play Wind Waker one day, but I don't got the game anymore. My friend took it, and he says it's his now, and I don't own it anymore because he moved across states. But that's a personal thing. First, I think Nintendo needs a competitor to rival their company, since Nintendo is starting to stale in their growth. With Xbox and PlayStation fighting each other, while they can do things themselves. Nintendo is a subject that I find weird to talk on because it's hard to talk down on the quality of games they have made. They've built a legacy that they have a right to stand on and say, you can trust our track record. At the same time, that foundation, while ever growing, is not ever sturdier. If anything, all of them have no competition now. I can agree to that to an extent. While they all like to boast and fight and say some of them are better than the others, I feel like a lot of that is feeding into the machine of hype and tribalism, if you want to call it that, that all of them will try and segment themselves and appeal to their own audience, draw some in from the other, but they kind of, I feel, if you want to be, like, if you want to be conspiratorial in the theory right here, they all might have gone together and said, each one of us make a pillar, own that niche. We'll throw some jabs here and there, ruffle some feathers, but don't shake the boat. It's as sturdy as it's going to get. One thing recent years have really shown is especially pixel art can be really good for a game. Pixel art never stopped being good for games. It was always beautiful if you gave it the time and detail that it wanted. Oh my god, that lawnmower right next to the fucking window. Xbox is the last generation was all about quantity. PS was about quality, quote unquote, quote unquote, in main Western markets. And Nintendo is whatever's fun means in Japanese games. Square's high HD 2D engine has shown a lot of people that. I feel Square's HD 2D engine has not shown that Sprite is like some sort of superior medium, some better way to look things, and that it always looked good. I feel it's more to show that bigger is not always better. That not all games need the hyper-realistic models. Not all games need the biggest of budgets. Not all of them need whatever the fuck they're doing for a lot of the other major releases. It needs, in my opinion, what made the HD 2D games so far, such as Triangle Strategy and what's it called, Octopath Traveler, good, is music and characters. And to an extent, story as well. I feel like that is what that engine has really showed. Fear Capcom's re-engine and somehow getting Monster Hunter Rise on Switch running. I'm sort of amazed that the re-engine did that. Like, I own oh god, no. That machine's gonna warn everything. In relation to these just using lighting well. Also true. It alerted everything. The fucking scouts.
Behold the power of the Monado. Now we're pulling together.
I don't care how low level they are. I'm always going to be mad at the scouts for just alerting everything in the area.
Monado, lend us your power.
My rifle's getting hotter.
We can do even better. Come on, Shala.
Have you ever done art lighting can change everything? I've done art. Officially, I've drawn my own sub badges. And I can tell you, I learned not a goddamn thing.
We can definitely do this. We win. Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Yeah, that's all it is. Someone made and easy accessible, and wow, would you look at that. There are games that I would gladly buy if Nintendo would just fucking sell them. I cannot tell you how much I have looked at and wanted to play Path of Radiance, the Ike games from the Fire Emblem series. People love him to death so fucking much, and I'm curious, what made that character, that story, everything so special? I wonder if I should play that. I hunt down a physical copy of the game. I find it in the store. It fucking exists. But I don't want to pay $200 for a used copy of a game. I feel like if you want to bring up sort of that style of stuff and complaints, Nintendo has to come into the conversation again. I feel like Nintendo is trapped in the yesterdays of the Twilight years. Well, they have certainly built an honor for themselves, and they deserve every single goodwill they do. They make fantastic games. Their developers are some of the most passionate that you can know, I think. I want to say also, they're some of the people that are up their own asses with what they think they could get away with. And to an extent, they can. They have been doing it. And I kind of hate it. Nintendo would sell them. Yeah, same shit Sony is pulling all the time too. That isn't a company name problem. That's an overall idea. Probably, yeah, I could agree with that. Like, no big company, as far as I'm aware, has ever said, I care about the consumer. Let me make sure you have a good time. No. A lot of them have one rule: make more money. And that's how the company grows. That's how the shareholders stay happy, and that's how they could ever continue the impossible to sustain growth metrics that they desire in order to everything look good. Game companies are the exact same way. The big example for me to experience that was Nintendo, actually. The 3DS, if anyone remembers that. Big console. Surprisingly powerful. Incredibly hackable. And infinitely amounts of fun for what games that was available on that hardware. It's kind of amazing. Like, the best way I can describe it is a PS2 you can walk around with. Not exactly in PS2 level of games, but PS2 level of library. Of what you can play at a moment's notice and how fun it can be. But, God forbid anything happened to your 3DS. Like mine did. It broke. I'm like, ah, shit. That's unfortunate. I'll go ahead and buy a new one. Let me re-download my games. And what do you mean I can't re-download my games? I bought them. Where are they? Contact Nintendo support, and they would say, oh, we're sorry about your loss. You would have to buy a brand new game with your brand new console. By the way, your saves probably, maybe will pass on. We'll figure it out. My cat, what the fuck? Give me. Don't give me that. I guess this is the hour for you to just fucking run around like a madman. It's one of the big reasons that I hacked my 3DS, to be able to not give a shit about that. Get the games back that I bought, because fuck, I'm not gonna pay for them again. But also, it's also actually what pushed me into learning more about emulation. It's amazing how often consumer practices will push toward piracy and other things like that, and then come around and say it's damaging the medium when... How to say it? I forget who it was. Valve, Gabe Newell, I think it was, that said if you want to combat piracy and all that, make a more convenient service than the pirate and what they will offer. I'm going to send it back and pay him again. Yeah, that's those kind of things that make me just sort of say, you know what? Other avenues are probably going to be better for me. Because it means the company will sell you how they want to sell you and will still fuck it up. They could simply make this to games from the series, and job's done. It's your fault you didn't buy the shitty ones, so we won't try anymore. Yeah. There's a lot of problems with those kind of... Question for you guys. I'm now going to be pressing on this topic now. How many of you have a bed Like, I bet it's not a match on the floor. Like, an actual bed, box spring, on a frame and everything. And you own a cat. How often does your cat apparently just... I'm sorry. My cat just jumped. Like, I'm sitting on my chair. I height to the wall, bounce off to another wall, and then back on the floor and just run down the hallway. What the fuck? They will sleep. Yeah, they use. Yeah, they go down there and sleep, but also, like, Yubi will go on there, claws out into the frame, and like run underneath the bed and like Spider-Man style on the ceiling of the lower area right there. And I'm like, what the fuck, Yubi? I should record this one of the days on the Discord because it's scary how energetic he is. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's just a normal thing. Cats are strange creatures. Did I never get that church test? Shit. Probably never will too, because it looks like they're gonna. Yep. Instantly aggro. Cat's gonna cat? Yeah. Yeah. That's a tangent, sorry. What were we talking about again? And consumer practices, Nintendo. Some of the stuff I'm forgetting. That's a weird tangent. Do you guys love to sort of just say random stuff? I chime in and it turns into almost a podcast hour. Piracy. That too, yeah. That was the latest topic. Nah, Angelo, you fucking know it. Wait, what's the... I thought I killed you. Like for the quest.
Let's go!
I don't want anyone dying out there.
Leave it to Ryan.
It's our job to distract you. I mean, no one's gonna ever say you're bad at your job. And I guess this game kind of supports it in a way because the combat is very sort of... I don't want to say non-engaging because I feel like that's a bad way to put it. Hands off, maybe? How if you technically won, you can't just stand next to the enemy and the game will fight it for you. As long as you tell it, we are in combat now. Have you calmed down, Yubi? He's now on the side of me next to my desk and just playing down on my phone. If that phone gets an alert, Yubi, it's gonna vibrate and wake you up if you try to sleep right now. Aside Xeno X, I always played this game while doing other things. I can just not what's happening on screen until story comes. Maybe hands up for a weekend. I feel like it'll be hands off if you're fighting stronger enemies too, because no matter what you do, you're gonna lose. So hands off. That's gonna be as equal as what you were doing on your own if you paid attention to it. If I'm at level 70, it's gonna be the exact same as if I was hands off or not.
This is Colony 6. It's like a fortress. Did people really live here?
So much has changed. It's only been a month.
We'll find Juju and then smash some metal. Wait! We can't just rush in.
We could enter through the mine.
Mine?
There's a massive ether deposit under the colony. The first settlers here built right on top of the mine. That's how we got our colony. The mine is like a network of tunnels. It's much more complicated than the colony streets. They can't have figured it all out in the space of a month.
So... she means it's the best route if we want to remain unseen.
You're catching on.
Great. So how do we get in?
Through the drainage outlet. It's just up ahead.
gotta head down. Wait, too late. We are now in the lower area. You can't stop us. If you look down, you can see Colony 9 nested in the ankle. I don't see Colony 9. Second, we might get a glimpse of it real soon. Hold on. Where is it? The game was a coward to let me see it on the way down. Hello, MG. Welcome. We know what Xenoblade. Indeed, we are. So far, this stream has turned into almost a podcast by how the chat will throw a topic, I'll say some shit, and they're like, yeah, keep going, keep going, keep going, and I'm just hammering away at anything that's going to annoy me in this area. You got one yet? Indeed, you did. I think it was someone that hit you with one of the gift subs.
We make a great team.
Man, what a bunch of jokers. Right, let's do this.
Don't let a single one escape.
So quick jumping adventures. That'd be an awesome game, though. Just imagine. So, mountaineering on the giant mecha thing that we're living on. That now has life living on it. Wait, we're going the wrong way, too. It's down there, right? Oh, wait. Maybe from, like, this angle we can see it? Nope. Can't see shit, Captain. This is the Ultraman, which is borderline mecha. Because I'm pretty damn sure I'm going to need every level I get. Especially when the enemy revenge these enemies that will drag everything in the area to my direct location to kill me.
We've almost got them.
Bionis and Mechonist. One is from a bio living, the other is mechanic. But how can you be sure, Angelo? There's no way to know for certain.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Did you know the time quest, or do you not care? Not care, really. You're gonna be shocked by how little I care about timed stuff. Especially in a game with an abundance of stuff and the promise of a long story. Because I almost want to say, no matter what I miss here, it will be replaced very quickly.
Everyone, let's go!
Don't let a single one escape.
What is the living thing if not a highly complex mecha?
Now it's right time.
I would say living is a state of being and not necessarily a machine. That would be a corporation. No, living is just making it day to day. Enjoying yourself, the little things in life. That does not instantly make you a mecha, though. That does not make you a machine, a robot. I would disagree with you, Angelo.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
We make a great team.
There's no value to 100% of these games. And also, I am not in the business of 100%ing games in general. I never really did it on my own time either when I was into playing video games. I was not one to go and hunt every little fucking thing, because I understand that's too much to ask for some people. I was one of them, but also sometimes just not designed to be that way. The living body is one of the most complicated machines there is. God damn it, don't you do this to me, Tyrus. Don't you dare agree with him. He'll never let me hear the end of it. Next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna tell me, just like Angelo tells me, Attack on Titan, it's a weird mecha show. It just has flesh mechs. Level 19.
We can't lose. Leave it to Ryan.
I don't want anyone dying out there.
Bring it on. Powering up. Come on. That was too easy.
Okay, let's get going.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
I'll be for the rest of it. Had to call in today. David G, sorry about you having to call into work if you actually are like sick or something, man. If you get better or just whatever's going on, man. Or if you're doing the day for yourself, then hey, welcome. You're gonna see the entire evolution of just random topics that we talk about here.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
At some point, I gotta ask. It's in this school janitor and stuff. Oh, gotcha. Wait, you be a school janitor, man? Shit, awesome. Wait. This plan didn't work out the way I thought it would. Damn it. How does... You have to come from this way, I think, maybe? But even then, you can't jump up that far. I don't know. Fucking thing flying.
Let's go.
I don't want anyone dying out there.
Leave it to Ryan.
Now we're working as one.
Powering up. We're unbeatable.
Just a little more. Keep it up, everyone.
Yeah, I'm turning up the heat. You're really getting into this, Ryan. Now it's right time. It's over.
We make a great team.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Wait, hold on, wait.
Alley-oop.
What are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
Why do you have a shop here? I ain't complaining, but why? Okay, that's for him, and holy shit. You gain a lot of block rates. Again, a good amount of minimum and not much maximum. But it makes the damage you would deal very consistent. It's only weapons for those two as well. They're robots in disguise. They're not Decepticons. I'm tempted to actually just buy it from him. For him. Bluff bots roll out. like I should save more of the money, though. I don't know when you're gonna need it. Fine. I shall buy it for you. Next, for the gear, headgear. All of it's better. I'm gonna hold off on that, though. For this one, I mean, it is actually better and it weighs less. I'll buy one. That's just only, it's not good enough, I think, to warrant the purchase of the arms. For the legs, holy shit. The pelt bottoms, they're very good. They weigh one more for you, and it's light. Well, for us, it's always two weight. It's two weight, and we're used to that. Okay, I'll get two of those. Last one, the skill stuff, right? I still am not even sure if I want to grab any of these yet. I don't know what they are or what they do for us. I learned further levels of this. Oh, wait. Intermediates. Learn further levels. Wait. Oh, all right. Hold the fuck up. So when a skill reaches like cap and you can't go any further, this lets you learn the stuff beyond it. Like backslash will let me go further beyond. Okay. Light heal can go further with this. Rage frame would go better with that. Blast. Oh god, I have to actually buy these. Fuck! I knew I'd learn something that I shouldn't. I have to buy all of these things soon. Do you have like anything that I can sell that's like meant to be sold? Wait, hold up. Small Arden. 25. That's not terrible. But I don't think I have many of those at all, so I probably should hold on to some things. Hold on to stuff that I only have one of. Who's got a new one? We got that. Let's put in this one so you can get increased maximum HP. You have nothing for the moment. You can get nothing yet. And the square you can get increased affinity. You have nothing from there currently. From you, we have and grant physical defense up. Start a battle with higher level enemies. Why is it still lighting up? Just because it wants to let us know that we got the new ones, I guess. All right. And the arts. Yep, a backslash now can be leveled up further. Gotcha. Yep, now we can pay 1,600. God damn. What does the medium tier look like? 17-second cooldown and 980 to... And if it's a back hit, it's 2 times whatever is listed there. But that's actually how much we'd be getting per hit, or just per use of it. This decreases aggro by 35% and gives us a 1.5 physical damage for the arts for 5 seconds only. Basically the next one, and that's it. Light heal could afford to be a little... not really. Air Slash and Scream Edge, I feel like I'd use a bit more. What is yours? I'm messing here. Oh, B, just gotta see that. And that would be 8.5 seconds. It only increases the duration of the buff. Gotcha. For you... Again, 2.6 as well for you. Hammer Beat, unable to increase that one anymore. You don't have this skill slotted in. Or that disregards defense to prioritize attack. You have engagement, or that greatly raises them aggro. Or drive you have as well, stab an enemy dealing a large amount of damage. I wish that could scale up harsher and deal more, but down inflicts topple. We want that to be available a bit more often, considering how much it increases the damage of the party. And for you, I mean, like, I'm probably gonna get everything just to the top, or as high as it will go. You have all these skills, except all of them are going to be used at some point. So let's go for, say, this. Flying enemy is still going to be an issue. Oh wait, also, gear. We bought gear for this fucking reason. Health top. Being a bit better with that. What's in the boots, I think? It was a pelt bottom, right. I'm gonna lose my poison defense, but we haven't really gotten hit by poison in a while. Yep. There you go. That's for legs. These should be good enough for you. Hopefully you will not die immediately. Just things that look at you. Kick it to this. Max attack of 138. God damn. You know, it's a small improvement to max attack, but it raises the minimum attack so much that it's consistent now. We just lose all crit chance. So at 5%, I don't think I could count on it at all. Anyways. For you, we just got the same weapon again, so we can't help it. Hope. These offer a little bit more, but we lose out on the other defense a bit. And the weight. Give it a shot. What does the story got for us?
Guys, kill the noise.
A Mechon.
I can't believe they've taken the mine too. That means the defense force and residents are... Oh no, Juju!
Keep it together, Sharla. Don't start panicking now.
Rhine!
You said yourself they can't have seized the entire area, right? I bet you they're holed up someplace safe. Juju is alive, and we're gonna find him.
That's why we're here. You can count on us.
Yeah, yes. It'll be fine. Rhine, Shulk, thank you.
Even if it won't be fine, tell yourself it's gonna be fine. Because if not, it will certainly not be fine. What? Oh, that's right. That's the 2 ready coils. They might come in handy for rebuilding Colony 6. I don't know about all this stuff. This is more Shulk's thing. Rebuilding Colony 6. Ooh, that doesn't speak well for what happened to the colony and what will happen to it later.
Everyone!
Oh no, he's gonna alert them all.
Anyone dying out there?
Let me at him.
Rage!
Oh boy.
No, lend us your power! Right, you're a lifesaver.
Now we're working as one.
And as one, we're unbeatable. We can definitely do this. Down! I'm powering up. Sword drive! Shadow up! Shala! Yeah, nice going!
I think we can do it.
Alright, one left.
Bring it on! It's over.
Let's stay alert.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
Wait, no. Yeah, got it. Don't leave it. Take everything. If anything can be sold. And what is this tunnel system? There's another rock here to mine. Which, honestly, it's not even mining. It's just sort of look at the rock and steal its nutrients. Didn't even make an animation mining the rock. Probably has no experience. Why not?
Let's do this!
I don't
No,
want
Mechon,
anyone
but
dying.
still worth the effort. The camera's not liking me being right here wrapped up on the wall.
My rifle's getting hotter. I won't miss next time.
Shala, don't worry about it!
Thanks.
Rock, but it's
Going well.
like, I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, why not call it raining magic on the rock? Why is it mining? Why do they show the pickaxe symbol? If there's no pickaxe involved. That's my issue with it.
You like that? Right.
That was a beauty.
Leave it to Ryan. This ain't good.
Wait, don't look off.
I'm really feeling it. Yeah, sure. Get stuck. We win!
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
Not this. Got a side path for rubble hole. I'll look for a quest at some point.
An ether rifle. Gado!
Shala, wait!
Gado!
I know that voice. Medic, is that you?
Otharon!
That's our cue, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
A fourth party member, maybe? Maybe not, because no, he's a guest, and he wasn't in the intro. Makes sense. Everyone deal more damage. Still kind of want to save my big blue attack. Because no idea when the boss. Because I'm pretty sure I have to fight that mech again soon. He's gonna show up.
Behold the power of the Monado. Everyone, let's go! I'm powering up. All right.
But who's that other guy? Is he? Oh no, he's just a guest. I think in this game, guests are. They won't show up in combat. They're just imagine they're there cheering you on.
Medic, why are you here?
Sir, isn't Gaddo with you?
We have much to discuss. You'd better come with me.
Sir.
So, Juju has been taken by the Bronze-Faced One.
Sir, what about Gaddo?
Gaddo is gone.
Gone? What do you mean, gone?
Gaddo and I planned a surprise attack to set everyone free. But we failed, miserably. When I woke, Gaddo was nowhere to be seen.
That means he might still be alive. If there was no body, you can't tell.
Only his rifle remained. But he is alive. I can feel it. We may not be joined by blood, but he's like a son to me. I'd know if he were dead.
Oh,
Some of the people in Colony 9 got eaten.
Rhine.
Sorry. I forget I said that.
Why would you just spout
They don't kill Holmes right away. If that Bronze-Faced One took him, we still have some time left.
Are you sure?
Boy, that blade was once Dunban's. I'm not sure why you have it, but we're going to need its full power.
You can count on me.
We're heading for the central pit. It's where they take all the Homs they kidnap. If Juju's alive, that's where he'll be. Gather your things, we're moving out. Juju! Gaddo! This is for you!
What? What?
You say something, Shulk?
No. It's nothing. Forget it.
So he sacrifices himself, I'm pretty sure. But... Oh wait, heart to heart? With who? We are nowhere near close at all. sacrifices himself for Gato and Juju, but this is the third love crane. It should make people happy. Peppa happy. Peppa. No idea what that is yet. So once again, I'm shocked at the lack of conveyance that Shulk is having for any of these visions to the people. Like, yo, you're gonna throw yourself in a pool of I don't know what, shouting this. I wonder what you're gonna do. And we can maybe try and work on either averting it or making sure it does not involve throwing themselves into a pit of we don't know what. Let's take what ether. It's either that or acid. You can never tell. Magical lava. It burns you magically.
Hurry it up, slow coach.
What's wrong?
Jojo! Gato! This is for you!
What can it mean? This is for you. Is Juju already dead? Or is he going to be killed? Is that why Atharon... But then, what does that mean? If we keep moving, is Atharon really going to die?
No! What's wrong, Shulk?
This battle is for my people. If you can't handle it, drop that weapon and head home.
That's not it. It's just that...
Out with it!
Listen. Maybe we shouldn't just rush in head first.
What?
We got this far.
I think we should observe them and plan our attack afterwards.
You insolent... We don't have that kind of time. You don't know a damn thing about these machines. I have observed their movements. I've planned this attack for a month. I know full well what's going to happen to my brothers and sisters.
It's just...
We're going! Fall in, medic!
Sir, what's got into you?
A vision again. Don't tell me another death.
Yeah.
I knew it. The Shulk I know doesn't just chicken out for any old reason.
This vision, was it like before?
Kind of. I saw an underground ether river. And Atharon.
Huh. An ether river. You know what? That sword lets you see the future. All that power, and you still keep getting it wrong.
Better to use my brain than my fists.
Shulk, I may rush in head first, but at least my head's useful for something.
Okay, I get the idea.
I ain't done yet. You're useless on your own, Shulk. That's why we're here.
Ryan,
Next time you have a vision, you tell us. We bear the burden together as a team. You have a vision you don't like, we'll change the future together. Got it?
Got it.
What was that? Say it like you mean it.
I got it, all right? Next time I'll tell you.
He's right, Shulk. You two saved Juju once before. I know we can do it again. I believe in you.
Thanks. They're right. We'll change what happens. Anyway, I didn't see Juju and the others dying. There's still hope.
We didn't see them dead, but then again, for all we know. Now daytime, and this heart is for people that we don't know yet.